moment. Tammy's getting a new car. How exciting is that? Do you deserve a new car?
You bet I deserve it.
What do you want to talk about?
Every inch of that car.
We haven't done a Q&A in a while. Got anything you want to talk about? Got anything that you think is relevant?
Just how important it is to DNA your dogs.
So let's talk about DNA a little bit.
And this
All
is repeat.
So
it's so important because
we use animal genetics. They're all about. There's animal genetics, UC Davis, VetGen, Paws and Prints, somebody else. They're all about Embark. They're all about the same price. I like animal genetics, and the reason that we like animal genetics is, number one, we've been using them for a long time. We don't get a kickback from them, by the way. So this is not us. It's not us. We don't get a kickback on anything.
It's just anytime we're satisfied with something, we stay with it.
Yeah. Well, they are so quick to get results. They by far the quickest. Here's the problem. You do a DNA on your puppies, and you want to get those results so that you can let your customers know. If you use, like, VetGen, I think it takes like 6 weeks before you get the results back. And by then, you've missed the kind of the puppy stage. So we like animal genetics.
And just remember, everybody's human. Every business has the same problems that other businesses do. Look, we've got a traffic stop.
Yeah.
But their customer service, anytime you can have great customer service and they're willing to help you out and listen to you, you're patient with them, they're patient with you. Means a lot.
I would say, that's exactly right. So we've had situations where we thought the DNA might be inaccurate or we knew it was inaccurate. That does happen for a number of reasons I'll talk about here in a second, but they've always been very willing just to either send another blood sample in or do a retest on what they've got. And they don't charge you anything for it. And also, they do store DNA that you've sent in. So if you've had a test done, maybe on a puppy, and then you decide you want to have something else added to that down the road a year later, they'll do it for you, let you send anything in, and you get it typically in a day, which is fantastic. They can charge you for it, which is fair enough, right? So animal genetics does have bundle prices, and they make sense. For instance, on a coat color on a Frenchie, I think it's $130 for a complete coat color. That doesn't include Fluffy, does not include Moa, and does not include a health panel, but it includes everything else. And we always do that, and sometimes some add-ons to go with it. If you've got a cream dog that you had a Merle parent, it might be a Merle. We'll have to do a Merle test on that dog. But there's a number of ways to get the DNA sample in. On animal genetics, you always start by ordering online. And they have coupons. There's one that just ran out yesterday. They gave 25% off. They're pretty often they get coupons. And if they get a coupon, you can order ahead of time and use those tests when you need them. Save yourself 25% off. That's what we do. I've got 10 tests right now sitting there to be used when I need them on the next litter. We don't have anything that works on the litter, do we? So it's going to be a few months, but when it happens, we're going to get 25% off, which is nice. So there's a number of ways you can get samples in. What we do is we remove the dew claws at what age do you suggest dew claws, Tammy?
4 days. If everybody's doing real good, you might do it at 3 days, but 4 days is pretty good. Don't wait till day 7. Don't wait. Well, even 6. It's kind of
I had a customer the other day who was asking whether they could do it on day 7, and I said, you're a bit late, but if you're going to do this, do one dew claw on one puppy and see whether it bleeds a lot and causes problems. And he reported back, said it was fine. So he got it all done at day 7. Not what we recommend. It makes more sense to get it ahead of time, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that bone in there, you worry about.
So what Tammy's talking about is the dew claw calcifies, and the bones calcify, and so at day 3,
the
4,
earlier the better.
It's all soft and it's very easy to remove, and it doesn't cause any anguish for the puppy, and it's fast and simple. But anyway, that's one way you can do it. You can prick a paw and get blood. Puppies hate that. They hate it, even if you use it.
But, when the puppies are born, and sometimes you can have the vet do it, but you've got to make sure whose dew claw belongs to who.
Well, so why don't you talk about that for a second? Because that's exactly right. But you're going to take all these dew claws off. You can't just send off 5 dew claws.
No.
They'll give you 5 test results. And
put one in its own individual package on the description of the puppy or the way you've marked the puppy, so you get the right DNA to each puppy.
So that's another good point. When you send it off, how do you send it off?
You send it off in a little bitty package.
Little paper package.
Package.
Don't use plastic.
No.
I guess it needs to breathe.
Paper.
Yep.
Paper's good.
If you're not sure you want to do the
without
test,
ink on it.
Right. I'm not sure if you want to do if you're not sure you want to do the test, you can package them up, stick them in the refrigerator.
Stick tape on each side of it to close it up.
Yeah. You could label each one, and you're not sure you want to do it because you don't know whether it's necessary. You could remove the dew claws, put them in little packages, stick them in the refrigerator for, I would think, for a long time if you need to. Anyway. Yeah, so dew claws is one way. A blood sample would be another way. Prick and paw, which when you order your kit, you can also order free swabs and blood cards. The swab, you can do that too. It's basically a different swab for each puppy, of course. The puppies can't be nursing. If they are, then you need to wait 4 hours since their last nursing before you do the swab. And then I recommend that you take a wet paper towel, just wipe out the inside of their mouth, just to get rid of any milk DNA because you don't want to get it confused. So what can go wrong? Well, I think the thing that can go wrong is you get some DNA from mother or another dog mixed up with their DNA. So if you're going to do blood pricks,
you'll get mama's DNA, yeah.
Fresh needle for everyone. If they're nursing on mum, then the milk is having mum's DNA in it, and again, they need to be not nursing for some time. Right. And then interpretation of results, it's really pretty straightforward. I really like animal dentists because they tell you what all of these double B's and double D's and double E's and EMs mean. So it's pretty obvious when you get one from Embark, man, there's all kinds of stuff in there that even for me, it gets to be a little bit rough sometimes, sorting it out for a customer. But yeah, what else can you add to DNA? Well, I think let's talk about why you want to do DNA. Well, the
reason why you want to do DNA is because, like, if you call us for a breeding on one of our studs, or Cody, you call Cody, and you're trying to describe what kind of puppies you want out of this litter. If you don't know what mama's DNA is, then we're not going to be able to help you on what kind of puppies you're going to get out of the litter when you choose a stud, because we've got DNA on every one of our studs, and if you have your DNA on your female, then we can tell you exactly what you're going to get out of that litter when you do a breeding with us. When you say exactly, we can tell you we know exactly the probabilities. The probability,
what's possible.
What you're going to get.
Half blues and carry cocoa, half lilacs, examples like that. We can't guarantee it's exactly half, but we know exactly what you won't get too. Yeah. So that's an important thing, because what you won't get can be, like for instance, if you've got a pied dog, you don't want pieds.
Right.
Then knowing that it's a pied carrier dog, you need to know that if you wanted to get pieds or not get pieds.
Right. Yeah. But we do know what you won't get from our studs.
Yeah, right.
Is brindles.
Yeah, right.
Unless your female carries brindle, then
right.
But our studs do not carry brindle.
If you want, yeah, that's exactly right.
Because we're real high on the tan points. It's not that we have anything against brindle.
Right.
It's because our tan points are real high on our dogs.
And we breed lots of dogs that have got brindle teeth. If you come to us and you say the dog carries a copy of brindle or 2 copies of brindle, we're not going to.
No, we're not going to knock your dog whatsoever.
We're not going to give you a lecture.
So we want to make sure that you know that we don't. We're lovers of brindles too. It's just our studs do not.
If there's any lectures to be given, it's over on this side of the car. That's where the lectures come from.
Yeah.
All of you guys who are married know what I'm talking about. We're not going to say any more about that.
Well, we used to have brindles in the females. Right. Yeah.
So Tabby's talking now about why you'd want to have a DNA test. The guy's wondering, isn't he? Why you want to have a DNA test if you're going to come to, for instance, us to breed a dog.
Yeah.
There's another reason to have a DNA test, and that's because you've got a puppy you're going to sell.
Right.
Talk about that.
Right. And so you get a customer that doesn't want cream in their puppies, then with you doing the DNA on the puppies, you're going to know who's got cream and who doesn't. So, you just have customers that are
Or maybe
wanting to
you've got
know
a
what.
cream dog and all the other colours you can't see.
No,
And the only way you can tell
double
would be
cream dogs, double EE on the cream, you don't know what's underneath that cream because cream covers everything.
It's like white paint, right? So that's a really good point. And look, here's the mess that you can get into. You think, and I promise you, I run into this every single day. Well, somebody will make a statement to me about they've got a dog. Maybe they want to breed the dog or they want some help, whatever. And they come back and say, I've got a certain coloured dog. And then I'll say, okay, send me a picture. And then they send me a picture, and then I'll say, well, how do you know that's true? And they'll say, well, I can see it from the colour.
Well,
or maybe I know what the parents are.
Just realize that when you send us a picture, during the different time of the day, inside, outside, that picture will show that dog a different color every time.
Oh yeah, and
there's no way we can tell you what
I can't guarantee
other than a fawn.
I mean, there's things that you can do to back up a claim that a dog's a particular color by the way it visually looks, and also by who its parents are, and maybe if it's got an red eye glow. But the point here is this: if you are going to sell a dog with just a puppy, no breeding rights, it's not really an issue, is it? Because it's all about the colour that you see and everybody's happy with that. But the problem gets to be when you sell a dog with breeding rights and you said it's got something and in fact you're wrong. There's one of three situations. You got it right, everybody's happy. You got it wrong and someone's really upset with you because they have a litter and they don't get the dogs that they should have got because you got the DNA wrong.
Right.
Or you didn't sell the dog, you sold the dog dirt cheap, and in fact it was a very high DNA dog. So you did yourself in that situation. That's a much better situation to be in my opinion, because that's your fault. You don't want to be in a situation, I never want to be in a situation, and I never have been, not one time have we ever been in a situation that we've misrepresented a dog and got in trouble over it.
No.
So you don't want to do that either.
No.
So there we go. That's all about testing. Hope that's useful.
Yeah.
I think we're going to say goodbye on that.
Yep.
All right.
Remember, call me anytime you want a puppy, because between my son, my granddaughter, my daughter, and we've got puppies. So give me a call at 580-799-1910, and Instagram is Love My Pups Official, and on Facebook I'm Tammy Chopping, and my son's website is for his puppies is My Frenchies of Texas, and also this is mybreedersupply.com and lovemypups.com.
All right, bye, buddy.
Bye.